Welcome back to The Physician Gardener. I am Dr. Kashidi Long, your board certified internal medicine and lifestyle medicine physician. And today we're going to be talking about the flu vaccine. A lot of people come in and are very hesitant to get the flu vaccine. They want to know, why should I get it? It's just a cold. Nobody dies from the flu, etc., etc. I don't like vaccines, blah, blah, blah. So let's talk about a few reasons why you should get the flu vaccine, or what my thoughts on the flu vaccine are. So first question patients, well, not the first question, one of the questions patients ask is, do I get the flu vaccine? And yes, I do. And not just because the hospital that I work for requires it, but for a number of reasons. Number one, even though I won't die, most likely, me being a relatively young, healthy, fit person, the likelihood of me winding up in the hospital or dying from the flu is pretty low. However, even if I just got the regular flu that knocked me on my butt for a couple days, that would be time off of work that I had to stay home. That would be me having to suffer for however many days until it passed. And that would be me potentially passing it on to other people. And so I get the flu vaccine every year to protect myself and others around me. Also, as a physician, if I were to get a flu, me not coming to work for 3, 4, 5 days equals, anywhere between 60 and 80 patients having to get rescheduled or have their appointments canceled. And so it affects a lot more than just me. So depending on, what your work environment is, you may want to get it for those type of reasons. Number two, when I was a third year resident, the thing that really solidified me committing to getting the flu vaccine, because I grew up like a lot of you, I didn't get flu vaccines when I was a teenager or in college. I started getting them in med school when it was required. But what really made me feel confident about getting the flu vaccine would be when I was a third year resident and it was April. It had been a really bad flu season. And in April, there were I think it was like a 12-bed ICU, and about half the people in there were on ventilators because of the flu. And some of these people were young-ish, like me, young-ish, relatively healthy people who had no reason to be in the ICU because of the flu, but they were there. And so after that experience, I really felt strongly about doing what I can to prevent myself from getting the flu. And I highly recommend others do as well. There are thousands upon thousands, probably hundreds of thousands of flu cases every year. And while most people will recover fairly quickly, maybe be sick for a week, have mild to moderate symptoms, thousands of people actually wind up in the hospital, in the ICU every year because of the flu. And thousands of people will die due to complications of the flu. So we are not just telling you to get the flu vaccine because big pharma and we're trying to force you to get things injected into your body that you don't want. We're actually trying to keep you out of the hospital and keep you in a fit, healthy condition. Because even if you don't die from the flu, for a lot of people, if you miss 2 weeks of work because you're severely ill, or you have leftover weakness or brain fog, fatigue, whatever from the flu, and you can't go to work, not everybody can afford to miss a couple of weeks out of work, or can afford to have complications that require increased hospital visits, or next thing you know, you have to go see a pulmonologist, or you're on oxygen for a couple of weeks. So those are my thoughts on the flu vaccine. I think you get it to protect yourself. You get it to protect other people in your household. You get it to protect your earning potential, to protect the people you work with. Overall, decreasing incidence of the flu is best for everybody. But I understand that some people are just not going to. So I can only give you the information. If you have doubts, or even if you don't have doubts, I highly recommend you discuss with your doctor the pros and cons of getting the flu vaccine, or any other vaccine for that matter. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions. Other than that, please remember to like, share, subscribe, and watch another video. Until next time, this is the Physician Gardener.